Welcome to the CSS podcast. I'm your host, Dave Wolferson. In the middle is my son, Sam, and on the right is Charlie. You might be hearing some technical difficulties because Sam is using his phone, and we're getting a lot of feedback. So let me see if I can work on something here to do that.
Does that sound better?
Yeah. I'm hearing myself a little bit, but other than that, I think we'll make it through. But hopefully, barring all the glitches and stuff, we'll have a great show for you tonight. This is episode number 87 of the Cincinnati Sports Scene podcast, and it'll be a fun one. We'll talk a little FC Cincinnati, Bengals news, the dreadful Reds. And then we'll go into our topic of the week, which will be our favorite Reds and by category. We're going to draft a team of Reds by category. So without further ado, gentlemen, how was your week?
Yeah, just, got a flat tire on Sunday. And then yesterday, I think my lawnmower caught on fire because it just started smoking and stopped working. So that's one of those days. So or one of those, couple day stretches.
Oh, it's like the Reds right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's been more than a couple days though. So
yeah, it has been. How was the trip today, Crawley? Everybody come back in one piece?
Everybody came back.
Well, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Always, well, sure, depending on who we're talking about. But yeah, first order of business, don't leave anybody behind.
That's right.
And we didn't that we know of. So, yeah, it was fine. It was good.
All right.
I can check it off the list now. So
there you go.
What every day is right now.
Just another check. Another check. Countdown has begun. Well, let's talk with the countdown here with FC Cincinnati. They had a big win. Hell is real. Columbus go up there and 2-1. First time they won in Columbus. So before you give me your thoughts on the game and stuff, was this the best win ever for FC Cincy based on all their lack of offense and stuff? Best of Noonan's time here. I don't know. Those are a couple of questions. You can answer those and then talk about the game.
Yeah, I don't know that it was best ever. I do think it's their best team game so far this season. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I wouldn't go best ever. It is nice to finally beat Columbus, in Columbus. Kind of, avenge the blown lead last year, the 2-0 blown lead, by getting up 2-0 and then, holding on to it. Columbus tried to do a little repeat of last year in the playoffs. Refs tried to help them out as best they could. But yeah, it was nice. And it's the best all-around team game I think FCC has played so far this year.
Yeah. I wouldn't say best win ever. It was, this year. Yeah. I would probably either, without looking at every game, I would either say the FC Cincy Columbus game when FC Cincy was still in the USL, when they were, that put FC Cincinnati on the map, beat an MLS team, packed place. People stood up and noticed that. I'd say either that game or the first playoff win 2 years ago
against New York.
That was pretty big, because that's, again, they had just been 3 years of absolute garbage until that year. So to go with, all of a sudden reverse to get a playoff win. So I'd say those would be just off the top of my head, the two I'd pick. But yeah, great win this year. They played so much better this year than they did even when they were up last year in that semifinal game. They still did not control the game. Crew controlled that entire game. FC, with Acosta had a couple moments of brilliance, gets a couple goals, but possession was totally Crew. It was very one-sided, and it just got worse and worse as the second half went on. So they just played a lot better, which again is a little surprising considering, we think last year's team is at this point quite a bit better than this year's team. So maybe that's a good sign. Still can't get more than 2 goals. They win, with their 2 goals. That's still the max. But against a good team, really good team, and so yeah, hopefully that's a springboard. They used a young guy, the Kelsey that they just picked up, 19-year-old. He scored the first goal. Got good size. Looks like he knows what he's kind of doing out there. So hopefully that's maybe the end of the Bupenza era, and this guy can kind of take that spot.
All right. Moving forward, they have Atlanta on tomorrow night, and then St. Louis on Saturday. What are your thoughts on those 2 games? And where do we stand right now in the standings? You got that real quick for our fans out there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we're at in the standings. I think we're 2 or 3. I think Miami is still in first.
Yeah, we're second in the East.
Yeah. As far as Atlanta, I think Atlanta's actually having kind of a down year this year. But that's still a team historically that's always been really good ever since they've come into MLS. So, I don't want to say it's a, guarantee just because they still have some quality players, and you just never know if FCC is going to be able to score any goals. So yeah, Atlanta is still tough. St. Louis has been really good since they've come into MLS as well. So last year they were really good in their debut season. It's a tough place to play. They play they press a lot. They're very forward in their attack. So they like to go, get the tempo going up and down. So those are going to be 2 tough games. I think if they can come out of it with 4 points between those 2 games, I think they'd be happy with that. I think if you ask anybody on FCC, they'd be happy with 4 points.
Is the St. Louis game there, I'm guessing?
I think so, yeah.
If it is, that's where that was FC Cincinnati's maybe worst game last year.
That's right. Yeah, that was the 3-hour delay
5-1 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah,
St. Louis is 9th right now in the West. They have 7 draws somehow, so they're 3-7-1 for 16 points. Atlanta is 10th in the East, 3-3-5, 12 points. They played FC Cincy played Atlanta like 2-3 weeks ago. At Atlanta, beat them 1-0.
Yeah.
So here it should be. That should be a win. I think Atlanta's struggling right now. I think the coach either has been fired or is on the hot seat big time. So, but going to St. Louis based on last year's results is going to be a tough battle. So.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that they can come out with some points and make it interesting here for the summer months. And is this the first time they've had like 3 games in 7 days this year?
No, when they were in the CONCACAF Champions League, they had a couple stretches.
Okay, that's right.
But MLS games wise, yeah.
Okay.
It is.
And we'll see how they do by having not, rest, like a week rest in between games. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would assume, Yedlin left the game against Columbus injured, so I would anticipate him not playing. Kelsey came on in like the 60th minute, so I'd like to see him actually get a start in one of these 2 next games. And I'm sure there will be a couple other rotations just to try and keep everybody fresh. It's still early in the season. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some rotation there.
All right. Let's move on to the NFL news here with our Cincinnati Bengals. The big news of the week, Joe Burrow is back throwing. He's posting on a lot of the social media sites, the Bengals social media sites, all his throws, and looking pretty good. Aired some out deep, made all the progressions, made all the throws, and it looks like he is progressing nicely. We'll see when he gets the pads on, because I know he hasn't been cleared for everything yet. It's just a matter of time that he will be cleared. But that's one big news. And then also the NFL is going to release the schedule tomorrow night. They have released a couple of snippets of their schedules. I guess the NFL can do that. They want to, drum up buzz for the release on Wednesday. So they released, Kansas City and Baltimore, the first game of the NFL season. So that threw out the Bengals, obviously. But the Bengals are playing at Kansas City, the second game of the NFL season. So I guess first, you can talk about Burrow and throwing if you want, and then we can go into who do we think the Bengals are going to open up with. We can just give our educated guesses, and will it be at home or will it be away? So, Sam, you can talk a little bit about Burrow throwing, and then we'll go to Crawley with Burrow throwing, and then we'll all three give our guess on who they're going to open up with.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Burrow's concerned, I mean, he looks good from the clips that I've seen. It looks like the velocity's there. I mean, they're not really running routes against coverage. It's just, kind of guys going out there running, playing toss. But, I mean, he looked fine. Didn't notice anything out of the ordinary there. To me, I don't know, maybe it's just me. He looked a little bulkier. He looked a little bigger. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well.
Yeah.
He looked a little bigger, so maybe you'll be able to, absorb some hits, be a little more durable here.
Yeah, he said that was one of the things that they changed. He really worked hard on the conditioning, and in the paper, it was more about nutrition, so that he can recover correctly and get the protein, in his macronutrients that he needs in order to compete at his greatest level. And that was the big thing for the training staff and his nutritionist, is to get him eating better so that he can perform at his best here coming off of injury. Crawley, what's your take on Burrow? Nothing.
I mean, you guys said, he's just out there throwing, so that's good that he can do that. So I don't really care about him throwing right now. I care about him throwing September the 5th or whatever it is. So he just needs to get through the rest of the offseason without any goofy injuries or goofy stuff happening. So
all right, that's what
I care about.
Yeah, I care about him throwing, so that that means he's not sidelined with a calf or an appendix or knee or wrist. So all right, now the schedule, the fun part of the season. Week 1, where do you think they're going? Are they going to be at home or away, and who do you think?
I don't think it's a division opponent this year, because Baltimore's out of the question. Last year we opened with Cleveland. The year before we opened with Pittsburgh. So I don't think it'll be a divisional opponent. If I had to guess, I'm leaning AFC West. Chiefs are opening AFC North, AFC North. I wouldn't be surprised if we go AFC West, AFC West. And I didn't see the Chiefs game's away, right?
Yeah, we're at.
So I'll go
25.
home. I'll go home against the Broncos week 1. And that's my guess.
I'm going to go home against the Patriots. I saw something actually on Twitter, fake X or whatever it's called. Somebody might have just been like us throwing out completely random darts, but I did see that. So just for that, I'm going to go. I have no other reason. It could be the Steelers again. I think it could be anybody but the Chiefs, Ravens, or Browns.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go home against Patriots.
Well, it can't be the Cowboys, because they're opening
the Jets and the 49ers.
Yeah, right. So the Cowboys, and I think isn't the Browns playing the Cowboys? Is that?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
So it won't be them. So that leads Pittsburgh, right? Which I hope that's not the case, because
if we have to start Pittsburgh, Kansas City, I'm so tired of our starts. It's division opponents, and nobody else in the division has to play divisional opponents. But that's our first game every year, and it's always followed up with a tough week 2 game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it is the Patriots, because they're going to be a mess at the beginning. So
yeah,
So maybe
Well,
that's
I
another
mean,
reason.
Pittsburgh's defense will be good, but their offense will be right.
Yeah, but it's more about the Bengals than it is about who they play.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the thing. And if we do open up Pittsburgh or a tough game week 1, say, I don't know, AFC West team, the Chargers or the
Chargers,
Raiders.
they're gonna be bad.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Hardball, you never know.
Yeah.
Going to be running the ball 35 times, right up the gut.
I guess
right?
that is
I
the
mean,
Bengals' weakness. So
I mean, you know, it's just going to have to, they're going to have to change their philosophy on training camp and preseason games, and they got to get these guys ready to play.
Yeah,
a little bit.
We said that last year too. And look at this. I mean, look at week 1 for crying out loud. So
yeah. Well, a lot of that had to do with
whether Burrow was
but
injured. Yeah. But I mean, Cleveland, they had the best defense all year. I mean, they got off to a really good start. And the year before that was Burrow had what, 5 turnovers, 4 or 5 turnovers. That was
five against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So I mean, that's when we play these tough teams week 1, we don't do very well. The year before that, it was the Vikings, and we beat them because they were just kind of So, for me, hopefully it's the Broncos or somebody like that. I guess we have a last place schedule, so the Patriots will be on there.
The Commanders,
Colts, I think, or
no,
or is it not the Colts? Oh, it's the Titans.
It's the Titans.
Yeah.
We will probably be at home, just because the Reds are out of town that weekend, so that makes it doable for any game and any time. So I'm going to say home, and I think they're going to screw us. I think they're going to give us Pittsburgh. I just got that feeling. I don't know why, but I just think they're just going to screw us because that's the way the NFL likes to screw Cincinnati. So let's hope not, but hopefully I'm wrong. We'll find out tomorrow. So, all right, we're going to move on to the disappointing part of this show.
This part.
You want to skip the Reds?
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about them.
Hey,
I mean, other than demotions, I mean, I wouldn't mind talking like expanding the demotion conversation. So.
We can do that, but I've got my Reds hat on.
The entire
all right,
pitching staff this week.
I am not losing faith in my boys. I mean, I've seen 2 100 loss seasons, a few heartbreaks. Now that 82 games that I had over, I think I'm going to lose that bet. That $5 to DraftKings. The latest line is, I believe, 76.5. So that's sorry, son. I had you muted because
I take the under on that right now.
Yeah. All right. Where do you want to start here? Do you want to work backwards, Arizona, San Francisco, Arizona, or do you just want to throw it all together and say,
let's just throw it all together and let's fire it?
It's all the same mess.
All right. So, all right, let's start with. Go ahead, Crowley.
I would say that the only difference is the pitching has been terrible this week. The hitting actually has been a little bit better over the past 7 days.
Yeah.
Pitching. I mean, not one starter had a good start. Yeah. And the bullpen has been god awful over the past 10 days. So, yeah. So this is the Reds. I mean, this is what it is. Hitting's a little bit better. Pitching goes the other way. So, I don't know how you can have any positivity right now on them. There's no reinforcements. The Gasolinis will not spend money to bring in a Luis Ariz kind of player or whatever that they would trade for. It's just it's just not going to happen. Sorry.
Sam?
Yeah, it was just an abysmal. I mean, yeah, they broke the they didn't let the losing streak get to double digits, but they're on another losing streak, three in a row now. I don't understand kind of what their deal is. I don't really get David Bell's whole philosophy. I mean, I never really have, but I don't even think the players are understanding like what he's doing. I mean, you saw pitcher yesterday. Was it yesterday? Last night? You know, kind of gave him attitude when he pulled him out of the game.
Justin Wilson.
Wilson, yeah. I couldn't even remember his
I
name.
didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
So I mean, that's a new guy, right? Who's not buying into whatever David Bell is preaching.
Veteran at that.
Right, yeah, a veteran new guy who's. I mean, he's a middle relief pitcher. He should be all about whatever the manager's about. Because I mean, this is as good as it's going to get for him. So for him to, kind of have that reaction, kind of tells me that David Bell's not. I don't know if he just doesn't have the clubhouse right now because
the culture club is collapsing.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have the Zach Taylor culture club. I mean, I saw a stat in the last 3 years. The Reds have had a stretch where they were 4-22, 6-24, and now whatever they're on this year, I can't remember what it is, but it's like 3-15 or something.
3-13 or
3-14.
Yeah. I mean, that's you can't have a winning ball club if you go through stretches like that. I mean, even good teams go through rough stretches, but they're hovering around 500, right? They're not 10 games under. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of just terrible stretches we have under David Bell.
Well, here's the stats, right? Through the first 40 games under David Bell. Let's see. 2019, they were 18-22. 2020, 18-22. 21 was 19-21. 22 was 12-28. Last year was 18-22, and this year 17-23. So for all the, half, glass half empty or half full, rosy reds glasses on, you're looking at, well, last year they're after 40 games, they were only one game better, but McLean came up on the 15th.
Yeah, the reinforcements were
the reinforcements were coming up. Abbott was up the day before McLean, and he pitched. And then McLean came up, and Ellie came up in June. And Votto came back after that, 12-game winning streak. That was one of the things that I saw. And then another kind of, stat. It's like the National League ranks the last 10 seasons for the Reds. They are most in one-run losses. They are the worst win percentage in one-run games. They have the fewest comeback wins. They have the most blown lead losses. They have the most extra inning losses. They have the worst win percentage in extra innings. And then they have the fewest one-run wins in the last 10 years. Now, that's, I don't know if that's all David Bell's fault. I know I have been you can go back and check the podcast. The thing that I don't like about Bell is the switching the guys around in orders. I know, if you're slumping a little bit, you can move them, but Will Benson is not a leadoff hitter. He's not.
He's not anything. He shouldn't be in the lineup.
Right. He's striking out 40% of the time, 47% of the time.
Why is he playing over Jake Fraley right now? They're the same player in terms of they're both left-handed. They both, they're not very good defensively. I mean, they're the same player. So Fraley is actually hitting. Why would you? Benson shouldn't even be in the lineup. He should be a pinch hitter right now at best, or send him to AAA.
Well, they need
get him better. I mean, they just brought up that other outfielder, so
they need Votto to come back on a plane ride and talk to him.
I guess whatever.
But
that's the stuff that just annoys me. It's like they're
right.
They talk about these analytics. Well, you can't tell me analytics don't say right now to bench Will Benson that he should not be playing. That Jake Fraley should be playing over him every single game. Yeah. Right-handed, left-handed, middle, the guy that throws ambidextrous that's out there, like whatever. He throws the ball, two balls at the same time. it should be Jake Fraley over Will Benson. So that's the stuff that I just don't get it. They claim analytics like David Bell's this great analytics guy. Well, there's no way he's using analytics when he does that and bats Stuart Fairchild second in the order and, and just keeps running these same guys out there. There's no way that's analytics. You can't tell me that.
No, it's probably not. But I guess. But and I mean, we could talk a little bit about David Bell, and a lot of people on X are calling for his head to be fired.
He's not going to be.
No, he's not. At least
he's got
not
2 years. We said this last week. He's got 2 years guaranteed.
Yeah, the Reds aren't going to. Castellini's aren't going to do that, and that's the. You mentioned that at the start of the show here, Carly. That's the crux of the problem is the Castellinis in the front office unwilling to spend money when they need to spend money.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. They went out and to them, they just spent the money, right? This past offseason, they gave out $90 million.
Right.
So to them, they spent the money. So now what do you do to make sure that you get your value? This is how I'm looking at it. Like, what's your next step to make sure that those $90 million are going to be a good return for you? If you're not going to increase on that $90 million by going out and getting another guy or two, you got to shake things up, right? You got to fire David Bell. You have to try something else, right? You can't just sit here and light your money on fire, right? I mean, would he do that for his produce company? I don't think so. He'd be getting different people in here trying to figure out what's going on. So why doesn't he run his baseball team like that? That's what I don't get. Like, why? Like, where's the business acumen? When it comes to running the Reds.
And for me, a big part of the spending the money is this: it's prospects are cheap; they don't cost you anything, and we will hang on to our prospects for dear life. Great for AA, where we should be shipping those prospects off to get major league quality players. We have a top 5 that everybody claims. We have a top 5 minor league system in terms of talent. Okay, that's not helping the Reds right now. So, ship those 4 of those guys off and get one really good guy. But this is what I'm saying. The KSCs won't do that because you're shipping 4 guys that cost them nothing, and they're happy with that, as opposed to the one guy they're bringing in that's going to cost $10 million or whatever, whatever we're talking about. That's the Luis Ariz. We would never have made that trade. Nick Krall is lying out of every hole in his body when he's talking about, we're shopping and looking and stuff. No, they're not. They're not looking for a Luis Ariz type deal. They would never do that because that costs a lot more money. So that's the issue with me for prospects. The prospects don't help the Reds right now. Cam Collier is not helping the Reds win a game today or tomorrow or a month from now.
Well, neither is Jacob Hurtase and the other guy.
They brought the one dude up. They brought the one dude up. He's got 1 at bat so far.
Yeah,
we might as well have Martini still here.
I mean, yeah, but the on play is the thing that was frustrating here the last couple of games was when the Reds would show a little sign. Their offense showed a little sign of life. They get a hit here, get a hit there, score a run, take the lead, and then the very next half inning, our pitchers can't hold the dang lead. And then we make boneheaded base running blunders. Oh my gosh! I mean, the amount of boneheaded. Yeah. I mean, Ellie. God
it's every
love
game
him.
With these guys. It's every single game. Like, isn't that on? Doesn't that fall back on David Bell too? Like, guys,
it does, but if you listen to him, he wants to be aggressive, and it's like
be aggressive.
But you got to be smart about it.
You got to be smart. There's no reason with 2 outs and the runner stops on third for you to try and take second, stretch a single into a double. There's no reason for that ever. No reason for it. So they make the same mistake over and over and over. And I mean, you've got Stu, he's getting deked out, stealing into second on a freaking can of corn to center field.
Yeah, it was a good deke though, let me tell you.
It must have been, right?
It was, man. It was a great deke.
50,000 feet.
That's what I'm saying. It was a great deke. That shortstop had the glove down and ready. But I watched the replay on that because people are saying it was a hit and run, and I'm going to say I don't think it was a hit and run because
he never looked back.
He never
didn't
looked back. He never looked back. So it was a straight steal.
And so if it is a hit and run and you don't look back, I don't know, dude. You're the 26th man on the roster. Like, don't you get benched for that? Like, shouldn't you get benched for that if you're the 26th guy on the roster? You know, I don't know.
Well, he's not the 26th guy right now.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, I guess
He's probably the 18th.
Yeah. I guess that's right.
All right, let's go to the next pressing need here. The old adage is this, right? You can't win a division by Memorial Day, but you sure in the hell can lose a division by Memorial Day. And the way the Reds are trending, these next 12 games leading up to Memorial Day, whew, I mean,
we got how many games they have the Dodgers in the next 10 days?
7.
I mean, that's 1-6.
Yeah, they got Arizona.
I mean, Arizona's terrible.
And they're
and we're 0-4. I mean, Arizona was worse than the Reds before they played. The only team Arizona's beaten has been the Reds.
It's the Reds
over the last month, basically.
Yeah, so we've got San Diego. So after LA, San Diego comes to town, and then the Dodgers come to town.
Lovely.
Yeah. So my question is then, if we're 12 games, because I'm thinking, I mean, we could be. We're 7 games out right now, and if we lose 7, 8, 9 out of the next 12 games, which could be a very good possibility, we might be 12 games back of the division lead.
Yeah.
So, are the Reds going to be buyers or sellers at that point?
Sellers. I mean, I think if they're double digits back by Memorial Day, they're toast. I think the Brewers are good, and I think the Cubs are good this year. I really do. I think both of those 2 teams are playoff teams. And so if you're already 10-plus games back, I think you're toast. The issue with them being sellers is, who are they selling? A lot of these guys still have several years of club control.
Yeah, but I think
Montas is only a year.
Montas, Pagan, Martinez.
Okay, yeah.
Because they all have player options.
Yeah, but I guess when I'm thinking sellers, I'm like, who's the big return guy, right? We don't have that. So it's just Crawley's going to hate it, but it's just more mid-tier prospects that would be getting back in return. And then the Castanis are saving money.
That's because every player we brought in. I mean, I didn't disagree with bringing players in, but we didn't bring any stars in. We didn't bring any upper level guys. We brought in mid level guys, if that. At this point. So Montas, just because of the dearth of pitching in the world, I mean, he might bring a decent amount just because teams will be desperate, who are at the trade deadline. But I don't want to be sellers. This is in Sam's lifetime, the Reds haven't won. So that's what drives me nuts too about all these prospect
games in the preseason.
Prospect huggers and these people that just patience. No, this is ridiculous. You're giving these guys an excuse and an out again. The front office, the manager, the team. Again, here's another excuse. Here we go. I'm seeing it on Twitter now. We got CES out, and we got Marte out, and we got McLean out, and we got Frito out.
And that's why I think we won't be sellers, is because, once again, all these guys will be just like trade deadline acquisitions, because they'll come back just in time. And that's what we heard about Lodolo all last year. Yeah, he'll come back. And Hunter Green.
Except at that point, we're in first. This year, we're going to be 20 games back. So
yeah, probably. So
that's another issue with Reds fans, is the amount of people that want us to have patience for this team. Like they've won 2 playoff. I'm 28 years old. They've won 2 playoff games. They've only been to the playoffs 4 times.
Yeah, but when did they win those 2? How old were you?
Yeah, that was 2012 against the Giants. So I was sophomore in high school.
Oh, you're just saying a win. I'm talking about a playoff series.
No, not a series. No, just wins.
Yeah, they've never won a series in my lifetime. Yeah. Never.
Yeah.
So, what do I have to be patient for? I want to win now. I sell the whole team. I don't care. Trade literally all 96 guys you got in AAA, AA, and Single A. Trade them all for 3 dudes that can help you win now. I don't care. I've waited. I don't get this argument from some of these guys. Oh, David Bell needs more time. No, he doesn't. The most wins he's ever had in the season is 83. That's the frustrating part of
all right. Well,
fans, so.
Who are you getting if you get rid of Bell?
I mean, well, right now nobody. But
so who's going to be the manager though? If they fire,
I don't think we talk about this because he's not being fired.
Yeah,
there's no.
If we lose,
no,
the rest of the West Coast.
Freddie Benavides in. You might as well just keep David Bell.
Yeah, I mean,
that isn't going to happen.
I don't know. I just want somebody with the exact opposite personality and philosophy of David Bell. So whoever, well, I don't trust Nick Kroll or the Castellinis to find that person, but I don't know. I think this is his 7th year, or is it his 6th year?
6th.
It's his 6th year. I don't know. I think it's time for something different. You only made the postseason once with him, and that's only because it was a COVID expansion year. And then you didn't score a single run in the playoffs. You've had 2 September collapses where the team was in first place going into September. All they had to do was play 500 baseball, and they make the postseason, and they miss it in 2 years, 2 out of the 3 years. So I don't know. I'd have fired him.
Slow starts.
But
starts killed him.
Slow starts.
This year the starts were fine, and now boom. The injury bug, it's so typical of Cincinnati, right? I mean, we have this hope, and this is the year. This is the year that we're going to make some noise, and suspension, injury. Friedel again. He's on the DL. Optimistic 5 weeks. I don't see that. I mean, it's on his throwing hand this time.
I mean, the Brewers literally have none of their starting staff anymore. All their best guys are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Woodruff's gone. Burns is gone. Somehow the Brewers are figuring it out. They haven't used that as an excuse and say,
they just lost their manager too. New manager.
The Brewers running out. Who named 2 of their starters? Like 2 of their in the field starters beside Yelich. I mean,
Adames, the shortstop.
Yeah.
And then Contreras, the catcher.
Yeah. I mean, again, and they just
Reese Hoskins.
Those guys just keep getting better. Those younger guys that they have keep getting better, and our guys are Will Benson batting 190.
We don't have
175. I mean, we can get on Bell all we want, but the players are garbage right now. So I mean,
and there's no leadership.
They have to play better, and we don't have Castellini's. I blame for not having reinforcements.
Yeah.
So
and I think
not willing to go out and do something.
Candelario is supposed to be that calming veteran presence.
Hey, he's my hitter of the week. Don't be ripping on him. Wasn't a lot of choices, but he's my pick. So.
I mean, he's supposed to be that veteran presence to help these guys out. But that's where you need a Scott Rowland, right? Where he's been around a winning ball club. He knows the right way to play, and he's like, "Hey, we got to be on third on that hit, Brucey, right?" And that was the thing. Is like first, and we're going first to third. The ball's behind you, and if not, I'm gonna let you know. Reds don't have anybody like that. Or if Ellie rounds first and gets picked off because I want to go to second, Roland would be in his ear. No, we don't need that at that time. Or when he was stealing third and he was on second, he doesn't need to steal third in that situation because a single scores him. A Scott Rowland would have pulled him aside and said, "Damn it, no, you don't do that. You can score on any hit. Don't worry about it. You don't need to get to third base." So those things are the frustrating parts that I see, that there's just no things, and we don't know what David Bell's saying behind closed doors, because when he comes out to the microphone, it's the same thing, right? Yeah, terrible. I believe in my guys. They're close with this.
Him and Marvin Lewis are competing.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. I mean, you don't want to throw in today's age. You don't throw players under the bus, right? Which. It is what it is. Now he may be ranting and raving and getting them all lined up, throwing all the bats in the showers and calling them lollygaggers. But who knows? I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I'll say on that, I agree. He's not going to throw anybody under the bus, but he also doesn't have to lie when he gets up there. We're playing well, he said yesterday or 2 days ago. Oh, we're playing well right now. I mean, that's a flat out lie. So
10 hits,
I mean,
back-to-back 10 hits. They are playing well.
Yeah, I mean, he could say that team's in a slump. We suck right now. We got to get better. But yeah, I mean, he's always, we're in a good spot.
Every player would say the same thing.
He's always, we're in a good spot. I like where we're at. We're making progress. Like, no, you're not.
Those are lies. They're flat out lies.
Well, it would have been nice.
Yeah,
it would have been nice if
you can see. So.
It would have been nice if he would have went Gabe Kapler on him, right? Like the Giants manager did when he went out and pulled the guy, and he didn't want to give him the, and he freaking said, "Get your butt down in the clubhouse," and he was going all up in arms on him. But Bell probably just went back in and sat beside him. Let's have a circle. Let's talk about it. That kind of thing. Oh, alrighty. All right, let's go to our. I think that was enough of the Reds here. Because next week we got the Dodgers, so it could be just another one of those things. All righty, so this is going to be 2 of the 3 could be really tough. The pitcher and hitter of the week could be tough, but who should be demoted? Probably. I mean, it might be tough because there might be so many of them that need to be demoted. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks. All right. So who do you got? Pitcher of the week.
I don't have one. I straight up don't have one.
Pitcher was bad.
Yeah,
Pitching was really bad this week.
I really don't think that anybody's deserving. I mean, Montas had a decent start, but I mean, it was only decent, So I don't know. Just don't really care to give it to him. So I really don't have anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either. I'm giving nobody pitcher of the week.
Wow, man, Buck Farmer.
He pitched 2 innings.
Buck Farmer,
great.
Buck.
That tells
Farmer.
you that there should be no pitcher of the week when you're picking a guy who pitched 2 innings in mop-up duty too. Mop-up duty.
295 earned run average. He should be the closer over Alex Diaz. There's the hot take right now.
I would be okay with that right now. Alexis
Diaz
is who I say should be demoted. He's like a sneak preview. I put he's my demoted guy. He's terrible right now.
He is since the All-Star break last year. He
can't throw strikes.
Awful. All right.
I mean, hell, again, speaking of Milwaukee, they traded Josh Hader. Just said, "See you later. You're too bad for us." The best closer in the major leagues at a point, he just said, "See you later. We don't want to deal with you anymore." The Reds would never do that.
Nope. Not at all. Or they would wait too late, and then we'd just get a bag of peanuts like we did Chapman. Bring back.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I put Diaz as my demoted.
All right. So who do we got for hitter of the week?
I didn't have one of those guys either.
I had Candelario.
I mean,
stats wise, he was the best.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll give it to Candelario. He did have a couple multi-hit games. So.
Yeah, he did start. He is starting to hit a little bit. All right, who should be demoted? You said Diaz.
Diaz. I'm going to say Will Benson.
Will Benson.
Get him down. Let him regroup, just like last year. Let's try it again in 3 weeks.
Maybe they could send Will Benson to Toronto. Him and Votto can hang out there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I think it's between either Luke Malley or Benson for me, because you're not getting anything. I mean,
no, and he's playing every other game.
I know that's the thing. It's like they value his relationship with the pitchers more than an offensive threat.
So why the pitchers that he catches are the 2 worst on the team right now? So what's he really doing?
Yeah. So You know what? I'm going to go Luke Malley. We'll bring up Chucky Robinson or whoever's the
I don't
AAA
think he's
guy.
with us anymore.
Chucky.
I think Chucky's moved on.
Chucky and Corky. We'll bring back Corky. Who knows?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Be hit about the same.
We'll put Sam LeClure out there throwing to Corky Miller. That'll be all right for me. All right. So there we go. So hopefully next week, in the week that was, we'll have great news on
After they play the Padres and the Dodgers.
yeah. So yeah. So hopefully we'll have great news on the Reds. And hey, now last year when the Dodgers came to town, that's when this streak started. So
a few different issues going on then.
hey, gotta believe, right? Gotta believe.
No, you don't.
I bet
Not until Memorial Day.
Shohei's over 3.5 home runs for the series. At GABP specifically.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about.
Oh shoot, it might be that in Dodger Stadium too.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers get back Bueller, so we'll probably see him 3 times in the series. Throwing no hitters and everything else. Oh. All right, but hopefully next week, have good news on FC Cincinnati. Bengals schedule will be revealed, and then the Reds can at least either poop or get off the pot, one of the two. So let's move on to our trivia. Once again, if you would like to play the trivia, there's a couple of different ways. You can follow us here on YouTube Live. We air that. You can go on and you can put it in the comments section. And, if you answer along with us, that'd be awesome. Or you can look for us on Instagram and Twitter at CSS Podcast or Cincy Sports Scene. And you can just shoot us a DM on those 2 things. Last week, Charlie, you had the question, and I believe we answered it correctly.
Yeah. The question was, I got to find it now. Oh, it was, I got to go the other way in my notes. The 3 Reds who have achieved 30-30 home runs, 30 stolen bases in a season. Brandon Phillips in 2007, Barry Larkin 1996, and Eric Davis 1987. So, hoping Ellie will join him.
Yep. All right, Sam.
Almost got the stolen bases.
He almost does, yes.
All right, so mine pretty simple. So top 6 in MLB most home runs since 2000. Top 6.
Ooh.
It's 2000 most home runs.
2000, yep.
Goldschmidt.
Nope.
Pujols.
Pujols is number 1.
It's Trout.
Trout is not on there.
Harper? No,
Harper's not on there.
If Trout's not on there, Harper's not going to be.
Chipper
Cabrera.
Jones.
Cabrera is on there. Miguel Cabrera, he's number 4.
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones is not. Nope.
Votto.
Votto is not. Nope. There is a red on there, though. Not Joey Votto.
Dunn.
Adam Dunn. He's number 6. So you need
Griffey?
2, 3, and
Griffey
5.
Jr. still?
Nope. No Griffey.
What do we need? 2, 3, and 5?
2, 3, and 5. Yep.
Dunn was number 6.
Dunn
6
was number
most home
6.
runs since 2000, huh?
Yep.
I might have thought
Was
that.
like Paul Konerko or
but the former Red, Encarnacion, Edwin Encarnacion.
Nope.
No?
no?
Missing. This one guy, I think he just retired after last year. Primarily a DH, right-handed bat.
Oh, the guy from the Mariners that played
And he
forever.
played for a lot of teams.
Oh.
Well, A-Rod's probably on there, isn't he?
A-Rod is on there. Yep.
A-Rod.
A-Rod's number 2.
Edgar Martinez?
Not Edgar Martinez, no.
No, I thought he was the DH.
He was, but he retired before last year.
This guy. So you're missing 3 and 5. 3 is DH. You guys should get this one.
Ortiz.
Ortiz, there you go.
Oh, okay.
David Ortiz. And then number 5 let's see, he played for, I think the last team he played for was the Padres. I think that was last year. Played for the Rangers, Twins, Mariners.
Beltre?
Beltre, no. Right-handed bat.
Will Myers.
The last team would have been the Reds.
Well, we'll give us another.
He may have cost the Texas Rangers a World Series by not being able to catch a fly ball.
I'm stumped on that. I don't know. Rangers. Don't know. I'm drawing a blank. So
trying to think
save it for the listeners.
Yep. So we'll save it for the listeners. If you know the final answer, go ahead and shoot us a direct message on Instagram or Twitter at Cincy Sports Scene, or you can chime in here on YouTube Live and let us know. All right, here we go. Our topic of the week. This is going to be a fun one. We are drafting our favorite red, and it's based off of 9 categories. The goal is to build a lineup, one player from each category by position. So we'll have 9 people, obviously. And, we might be able to finagle the outfield a little bit because I know Crawley likes to do that. He likes to move right fielders to left fielders and think they're center fielders and all that good stuff. Yeah, they can play
versatility,
anywhere.
Man. The Reds, versatility.
That is true. But that's only for the 2024 team. But it will be a snake draft, and once the player has been selected, he is no longer available for the rest of the guys. So as Sam is getting ready for the can you do the random thing?
Random.
Crawley will be last. So the categories will be this. The 9 categories is that one player from the 2024 team. And I think we probably should make a ruling here, like Matt McClain is not on the 2024 team, is he?
I mean,
technically
he's on the 40-man roster.
Is he?
Or is he on? He's probably on the 60.
He's on the 60, yeah.
60-day IL.
Yeah. So is he? I mean, technically, he's not on the 2024 team because he hasn't played yet. So,
whatever you think.
I mean, there's a couple of them like that.
Not gonna change the whole world on me here.
No, it probably won't either. But so we'll have the 2024 team. We'll have the Great 8, a player from our birth year, a player from any playoff team, a player from the 1990 World Series team, a player who has won a Gold Glove, player that has never been an All-Star, a player from Cincinnati, and then the last one is a wild card. So those are the 9 categories. Sam, go ahead. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Got you on mute. All right, go ahead.
Yep, just did it. So Crawley actually pulled one out here. You got the first pick.
Ooh.
You got the second pick. I got the third pick.
All right. So I don't like the second pick. I like that snake draft, but all right. So let's.
So how are we going to do it? Are we going to draft based on category or position?
It can be. You can go anywhere.
Just anywhere. Okay.
Right?
So we don't have to follow the person in front of us.
Well, you got to. Yeah, I mean, it's both of them. It's category and position. So if you draft a catcher, then you're in that category. Then we can't draft that player again.
But what he's saying is, if you start with
catcher, we go catcher. Or
you can go wherever you want.
We can go anywhere.
Yeah, you can go wherever you want. Yeah.
Right. Anywhere at any time. Got it.
All right, and I've got I got my spreadsheet up here with names, and then I got you guys' down here. So, all right, Charlie, with the first pick, where are you going?
This is the easiest pick for me because I'm going to the 2024 Reds. Like the only player I want to draft. Period. So I'm going Ellie De La Cruz, and I'll put him either second, short, or third, depending on what I do.
Come on, where are you going? He's a shortstop.
I can put him. He's played third and second
He's
before.
a shortstop on the 2024 team. He's played every inning of every game at short, so he's your shortstop.
We'll see. So anyway, I got De La Cruz.
All right. So, all right. Let me put him off the list so I don't draft him as well. Okay. Well, then I think I will go. I'm going to go my birth year, which is 1969, and I'm going catcher, and I'm taking Johnny Bench. All right, Sam, you got the next two.
All right. I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to go 90s. I'm going to take Larkin as my shortstop. And then I'm going to go. I'll go Joey Votto from a playoff team.
Votto. All right. And it's my turn. Let's see. I went birth year. So I think I'm going to go center field 1990 team and go Eric Davis.
But see, I mean, even in your helping you, like he played left field for a lot of that season.
Yeah, he did.
So.
He did.
So I'm saying you can move him to left field
if I needed to, but I've got some good left fielders. So, all right, Crawley, you got
That's
next two.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go to the 1990 team as well. I'm going to use a pitcher and go with Rio as my pitcher.
All right. He is off the board. And then, oops.
Oh, we're doing pitchers? I thought we were doing a DH.
No.
Uh-oh. All right. I don't have a single pitcher right now, so that might change some things here.
And then I will take.
That won't change much.
I mean, I might as well. I got the 70s are my category across the board, so I might as well use up one of them and get. I'll go second base and take Morgan. I'll use that as my. Was he in here in 74?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Okay.
He was here.
I'll use that as my birth
year.
Birth year pick.
All right. So back to me. Let's see. Think I'm going to go Gold Glover and take third base Scott Rowland.
See, he didn't win one with the Reds, though.
Sam's right.
He didn't win one with the Reds.
He didn't?
So,
Okay.
I mean, if that's
All
fine.
right.
That's how you want to do it. But
Well,
I kind
then,
of took it as all these were with the Reds, all the offense.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, all right. So we'll scratch that, and then I'll go Brandon Phillips.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Sam and I are wrong. He did win it.
I thought he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
2010, yeah.
I thought he did.
The Gold Glove list.
Okay.
Okay, so I
I
went
didn't think
rolling.
he did. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Let me hold on a second here.
There you go. You're good.
Yep. So I thought.
Little research. So Sam got 2 now.
All right, I got 2. All right. I will just go ahead and take from this year's team. I'll just take pitcher I want. I'll take Hunter Green. I don't really want anybody else from this year's team, so just go ahead and do that.
That's your pitcher.
That's my pitcher. That's this year's team. Let's see. So you ended up going rolling, right?
Correct.
All right. So I will go ahead and take Phillips as my Gold Glover at second.
Okay, so back to me or Crawley? Me.
You. Yeah,
Me.
you got to pick.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm going to go great 8 and go with my first baseman, Tony Perez.
I would have taken him too. That was my pick.
Yeah, because yeah. All right. Perez.
On me now, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to do my Gold Glover and take Frank Robinson for my outfield.
Was he a Gold Glover with the Reds?
Yep.
He was?
Yeah. 1958.
Okay.
Frank Robinson, 2 other guys.
Nice. I didn't think he was. I didn't think they'd gave Gold Gloves then. All right, here's your next one.
And my next one will be, let's see, clicking too many tabs here. One of these 2 guys. I'll take born in Cincinnati, Ken Griffey Jr. for the outfield.
He's actually born in Pennsylvania, but that's okay.
Okay, from Cincinnati.
He is from Cincinnati. He graduated from Boulder, but yes. All right. So now I've got to figure this out. What do I want to do here? Because I got to get a second shortstop. I already used 90 team. Yeah.
It's a little tough. Getting already a little tougher.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think I'm going to go wild card, grab my shortstop, Pokey Reese. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to change that. Sorry. I'm going to go Davey Concepcion.
For a wild card or for?
Yeah, for a wild card. Because I already used my grade 8. in my birth year, but he wasn't there in my birth year.
I mean, have
So,
you
yeah.
used your playoff team? I mean, you can
I
do
got
that, too.
something saved for that, so I want that to come through.
Okay.
All right.
All right, me for 2 of them.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's see. I guess nobody took Pete Rose, right?
You can have him.
All right, I'll take him. I guess I'll throw him.
He was a left fielder or a right fielder.
Yeah, I guess I'll throw him in left.
Third base too. He was a third baseman.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put Rose at third. And what I'm going for here.
What category?
Grade 8.
Grade 8. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't like any of my other catchers, so I'm gonna take Benito Santiago for my birth year,
Oh.
1995.
Benito. Nice. Okay. I am going pitcher. Actually, no. Let's see. Yeah. So I am going to go player from Cincinnati. My right fielder, Dave Parker.
Yeah, I had him on my list.
The Cobra. All right. So Crawley for 2.
Okay. What do I still need? I got 2 outfielders.
You got a left fielder, third base, second base, and first base, I believe. No, not
You
second
mean
base.
available, you're saying?
You got a catcher, first base, third base, left field is what you need.
Wheel? Man, those guys have been pretty chewed up at this point. So I better take one of those guys. I will take Foster as my other outfielder and just put him as my grade 8. So my outfielders are done.
Yep.
And then I will take Chris Sabo as my any playoff team person.
Your third baseman.
Third base.
All right. Okay, so I've got 3 left. I got pitcher, second base, and left field. All right. I am going to go pitcher. I'm going to go Tom Seaver. Any playoff team. 79.
All right, I'm gonna make a slight lineup alteration here. I kind of put myself in a corner, and then I'm gonna do some finagling. So moving Pete Rose to left field, and then
You gotta get this clear with your dad because he's very particular about these positions.
Pete Rose played left field. He
so.
has played left field. But if you're using him as the grade 8, he did not play left field. Yes, he did. He did.
He's Charlie Hustle. I could put him anywhere. I'll figure it out. All right. So I guess I need a third baseman, center field, right field. So here's where the finagling comes in. My Cincy guy, I'm going to take Scooter Jeanette and put him at third.
Scooter Jeanette.
And he played there once.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he played there once.
He's your Cincy guy?
That's my Cincy guy, yeah. And then my wild card in center field, I'm going to put Ryan Friel.
Ryan Friel. I figured that was coming.
Yeah, got to have him on my team. Ryan Friel is always on my team.
Oh, okay. That's your wild card. All right. So what do I have left here? I got second base and left field. And I need from the 2024 team and never an all-star. That could be both from the 2024 team then.
Plenty of never an all-stars.
I could put Stewie out there, yes, if I wanted to.
Yeah,
if I wanted to, or I could go Steer as my left fielder, and then I'd have to go. Ooh, that'd be tough. I do not want. All right, I'm gonna go. Jonathan India as my second baseman.
Oh.
Hey,
you should have gone Stewie.
Hey, with Concepcion and Perez, he'll be fine at second.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
He's got a lot of room that he's got to be covering the entire infield.
He'll be fine. All right, Crawley, your last two.
Well, I'm looking somebody up, but I can't find what I'm looking for.
You got a catcher and a first base.
That's all I got left, right?
That's it. Yeah, and you got.
Who the hell can I find what positions they play? God,
who is it? I can tell you.
That hard.
Who are you looking for?
Hard. More.
What do you
tell you?
You need. Both Sam and I got both of them, so we're not gonna unless we do some finagling. But what category do you need?
Oh, I need never an all-star. I have my catcher. I'm good there. It's Ernie Lombardi. He's going to be my wild card.
I don't think you ever saw him play.
Oh, I got to pick someone I saw play?
It says favorite red. I mean, you know anything about Ernie Lombardi?
I know he was a Hall of Fame catcher, or close to being Hall of Fame, wasn't he?
Oh, okay. From 1918.
Well, you got to do that. I mean, that's your. If you want to do that, I can see that.
Well, no, I mean,
I didn't see Frank Robinson play either, but I mean,
that is true. But he was
okay. No,
more recent than Ernie Lombardi. I mean,
I'll go that. I'll go Eddie Tomlinson. I'll go Eddie Tomlinson. I get you. That's true. Not the best Reds, supposedly, right?
Right. It's your favorite Reds.
Okay, so I'll go Taubensee for my catcher as a wild card.
Okay.
And I was hoping that Lenny Harris played first base at some point, but I'm not finding that. I can't.
Lenny played a lot of third base for the Reds.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to just find his what positions he's played. Like, even if he played one freaking time at first base.
You should go to Baseball America.
I'm in Baseball Reference right now.
Oh, baseball, yeah, Reference. It should tell you how many positions they played.
Standard fielding. Shouldn't that be it? Not breaking it down then like I thought it would. Oh, I got it. He did.
For the Mets, though, right?
He has 87 at-bats as a first baseman.
For the Reds?
No, just in general.
Probably all with the Mets, I think. Lenny Harris. All right.
Yeah, so Lenny Harris is my never an all-star. He leads it. I did like Lenny Harris. That dude, man, pinch hit, man. Most pinch hits in history.
Yep.
So he's my first baseman, never an all-star.
You could have went with what's his name? Todd Benzinger, man.
I'll take Lenny Harris.
All right. So
Todd Benzinger was never an all-star.
Never an all-star. No,
Okay.
Todd Mendinger was never an all-star. You could have went with Nick Asaski too, and never an all-star because he played first
Yeah,
once in a
I'm
while.
happy with Lenny Harris.
All right, so never an all-star. My left fielder, I am going with Prime Deion Sanders. And Sam, you've got your right fielder. I don't know what category you got left, but
Yeah. It's never an all-star. But I'm wondering if I should make a switch because I need a right-handed power hitter.
well, there's
You
a
need a
never.
what? You need
there-
a what?
I need a right-handed power hitter.
Well, you got a never an all-star who was a right-handed power hitter who the Reds had big hopes for.
Yeah, I know. I think I got the same guy you're thinking of written down, but
I don't know.
he didn't,
I
he
got
didn't
two.
pan out for anybody, so I don't know if I want to take him. I won't make any more alterations. I'll take him. I'll take supposedly the best power prospect we ever had, Willie Mo Pena.
Willie Mo.
Oh
Willie
my
Mo.
God.
No, that's not who I was thinking of. But
What are you thinking of? Austin Kearns?
yeah, I was thinking of Kearns.
Yeah.
Unless you were going, unless you're going,
I go Kearns. I'll let you switch it.
unless
Sam.
you were going the Punisher.
Oh,
you could have went the
no.
Punisher.
It's supposed to be our favorite Reds, not our least favorite Reds. That's why we couldn't pick Jonathan India. He's definitely
He
my
was
favorite Red.
the favorite Red for 1 month of all of us. The Punisher when he was hitting those 14 bombs. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We had
No,
three in the game against the Cubs. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan India is one of my favorite Reds. I like Jonathan India.
A below average across the board player.
I like his spunk. All right.
The lore of Willie Mo. 500 foot
That's
home runs.
Yeah, that's right. It could have been a Norris Hopper,
Norris Hopper.
Yeah, a Norris Hopper. A couple names that let's review our
Chris
list.
Steins. How about
Chris Steins? Yeah.
I mean, those are all in the Ryan Friel category.
What about the was he the third baseman? Steins?
Who?
No,
Steins,
Joe
yeah,
Randa.
yeah.
Joe
Well,
Randa.
Steins played third base.
Yeah,
I
Steins.
think he played outfield third, but he was all over.
All right, let's go with the
David Bell would have loved Chris Steins. I mean, he
Yes.
would have played 155 games.
He probably would have. So would have who was the guy who's coming back as a knuckleballer? What's his name? Adam Rosales or whatever his name
Adam
is.
Rosales.
Whatever his name
Yeah.
is. Yeah, Bell would have loved him
True,
too.
he would have
man.
played
That would
160.
have loved him.
Yeah. All right, let's
201 playing 160 games.
Yeah, let's review our team. So Charlie, you had Rio as your pitcher, Taubensee as his battering mate, then Lenny Harris.
Joe Oliver too. Dang,
You
I
could have
forgot
went
about Joe Oliver.
Joe Oliver, Joe Nolan.
Joe Nolan.
Yeah,
Who's that?
he played on the 79 Reds.
I never heard of him. Therefore, he could not have been Joe Nolan.
Joe Nolan, left-handed batter. Yeah,
Never
look him
Bo
up.
Diaz.
Yeah, Bo Diaz. You could have had Ramon Hernandez. As your wild card.
I'll stick with Eddie Thomas.
Yeah, Eddie Tomlinson was a good choice. Lenny Harris at first. No Sean Casey on the list. Joe Morgan.
He was an all-star.
second.
He kind of
I
ran
know.
out of positions for him.
Yeah. Eladeli Cruz at short. Chris Sabo at third. George Foster in left. Ken Griffey Jr. in center. And Frank Robinson in right. Sam had
I love
100.
my outfield. Can't beat my outfield.
Yeah, you got a good outfield. I'll give you that.
No, my outfield's not anymore close.
Sam's is pretty. Sam's is pretty good. He's got speed in the center. That's about it. He's got Hunter Green thrown to Benito Santiago. Then Votto at first, Phillips at second, Larkin at short. Scooter Jeanette is taking over third base. Pete Rose is in left field. Ryan Friel is your center fielder, and Willie Mo Pena.
Yeah, I do not like that outfield. I like your infield, but the outfield,
Yep.
We pair your infield with my outfield, Sam. We got a team.
Yeah, there we go.
And then my pitcher and catcher, I'll take my two. Tom Seaver thrown to Johnny Bench. Tony Perez at first, Jonathan India at second, Concepcion at short, Scotty Rowland at third base, prime time Neon Dion in left, Eric the Red Davis in center, and the Cobra Dave Parker in right. So there you have it. So real quick, I know we're running a little long here, but real quick, any surprises or anybody who you wish you could have got?
I mean, Casey would have nice putting him somewhere, but
Yeah.
Problem is
I had him on my DH slot. I thought we were doing a DH. So.
Casey. I mean, he never made the playoffs, right? So
No,
he never made the playoffs.
He only could have been what, your wild card or
yeah. Never.
That's it, right?
He was an all-star.
Oh yeah, so never. Yeah,
right.
So,
never.
Yeah, only wild card.
Right.
Wild card only.
Yeah.
And wild card only.
Yeah.
Yeah. One. I mean, players from Cincinnati. I had like Leon Durham, the Bull.
I had Joe Nuxall.
Joe Nuxall I had on there. Ronnie Oster and Billy Dorn at second.
I had Bill Dorn. I had Bill Dorn on my never or something else beside. I had him never an all-star too. Bill Dorn.
Yeah. Buddy Bell.
I wasn't going to put anybody.
I'm not picking no Bell. Yeah, I'm not picking no Bell.
And then I also had a wild card in which I should have went, I think. But Greg Vaughn. I mean, I thought, just from that 99 team.
Only 1 year. That's my only,
Yeah, that is true.
Ron Gant, same thing. Ron Gant. You could have.
Kevin Mitchell.
1 year.
Right?
Kevin Mitchell. He was several years. Yeah.
Right.
Kevin Mitchell would have been good.
Yeah, Mitchell would have been good.
I did really like Kevin Mitchell.
Yeah, I like Greg Vaughn for that 99 team. I think that's that leadership piece that this team is lacking. And I also had Eddie Milner, Norris Hopper.
You did not.
Yeah, I had Eddie Milner as my wild card. Norris Hopper has never an all-star.
Eddie Milner, he would have ranked like 350th. I mean, on the Reds,
but he was one of my
list.
was one of my favorites.
I would have gone Gary Reedus over Eddie Milner.
I had Reedus, but I had to go either Reedus or Vaughn, right? Or Deion Sanders. I was like, I like Sanders better than Reedus. I like Eddie Milner better than Reedus. So that's who I went with. Left-handed.
I always liked Reedus because his name had red in it. So
yeah.
I always thought that was cool.
I like Milner. I just like the way he ran, scooted around the bases. Nobody had Paul O'Neill. I mean, that was a big one.
He wasn't fitting my outfield. My outfield is stacked.
Well, your outfield is pretty good. Your outfield's pretty good. So we'll put it to a vote. We'll get this out to the. You might need to send me like which categories those guys came from for you so that I can list them. Because I didn't do that. I just did it for mine. So we'll put them out there for all our fans to maybe vote on and see which team that they would like to represent this current Reds team. We replace it with. So we'll see here. Next week we've got a decent little show for you. It's coming up on Sunday at 3. So those of you that want to chime in on the live stream. Probably talk a lot about the Bengals schedule. That might be the topic of the week. But if not, we'll have something going on there as well. So hopefully the Reds can come back from this road trip and start winning some ball games. And we wish you all the best of luck, Cincinnati, and good luck tomorrow night, FC Cincinnati. And let's not draw the Steelers opening week. Bengals. All right. I'm
hoping we get the Patriots.
There you go. The Patriots or Commanders. I'll take the Commanders. I don't care about that. So, all right. That's all I think for tonight. So until next time, everybody, have a great evening.
See ya.
Take care.